Welcome back. And if this is your very first time here, welcome to the channel. This is the space where we cut through palace PR, media spin, and royal mythology to get to the facts, the context, and the power games happening behind closed doors. Today's episode is all about Prince Harry at the Royal Court of Justice, the media circus surrounding his privacy lawsuit against Associated Newspapers Limited, and what many are calling a clear case of legal gamesmanship, or as Harry's camp bluntly put it, dirty is. So settle in, because there's a lot to unpack, and none of it is accidental. Photos flooded the press this morning of Prince Harry arriving at the Royal Court of Justice. Calm, focused, businesslike. We also saw images from yesterday, reinforcing one key point. Harry is present, he is visible, and he is not backing down. On Tuesday, Harry attended the morning session of the trial. When the court adjourned for lunch, he left. And notably, he did not return that afternoon. At the time, that decision didn't raise many eyebrows, but in hindsight, it became highly significant, because what happened next changed the entire rhythm of the trial. Here's where things get interesting. ANL's lawyers were originally allocated 2 full days for their opening statements. That schedule would have put Prince Harry in the witness box on Thursday. Instead, something unexpected happened. ANL's lead barrister abruptly shortened his opening statement to just 75 minutes and immediately pushed for Harry to testify today, a full day earlier than planned. According to sources close to Harry, this wasn't coincidence. It was strategy. The accusation? That ANL deliberately shifted the schedule at the last minute to throw Harry off his game, giving him less time to prepare and forcing him into the witness box sooner than expected. But here's the irony. If this was meant to destabilize Harry, it may have exposed something else entirely. Let's be honest, ANL didn't need the time because they didn't have the substance. Their opening argument reportedly focused almost entirely on attacking Prince Harry's character, with little to no attention paid to the 5 other plaintiffs in the case. That alone should raise questions. Because if your defence rests on smearing one individual, rather than addressing the evidence of systemic wrongdoing, then you're not defending actions. You're defending a narrative. And that narrative has worked for decades, until now. A source close to Prince Harry spoke to the Times, and their message was crystal clear. That line matters, because this lawsuit isn't impulsive. It's not emotional, and it's not symbolic. It's methodical. Harry has spent years gathering evidence, documenting patterns and preparing to confront one of the most powerful media organisations in the UK. This wasn't sprung on him. This is what he came for. When David Sherborne, barrister for Harry and the other plaintiffs, laid out the case, it reportedly stunned many royal reporters and commentators. Why? Because for years, parts of the royal press have believed their own mythology. That unlawful information gathering was rare, isolated, or the work of a single rogue investigator. Sherborne made it clear the use of private investigators was widespread. It spanned decades, and it was systemic, not accidental. This wasn't about one man lying under oath. It was about an industry operating with impunity. And suddenly that comfortable fantasy cracked. Sherborne challenged ANL's failure to use the time allocated for their opening. The judge dismissed the complaint, stating that opposing counsel couldn't know how long they'd need until hearing the other side. Technically fair, but strategically revealing. Because once again we see the imbalance. An institution accustomed to shaping outcomes, now being forced to operate within rules it once bent with ease. Now, Harry is testifying, and according to live coverage, he is directly challenging ANL's lawyer. In particular, he is forcefully rejecting claims that journalists like Becky English and Katie Nicholl were somehow part of his social circle or personal friends. This matters, because the press has long relied on the illusion of access, friendship and informal consent to justify invasive reporting. Harry is dismantling that fiction in real time. This isn't just about Prince Harry. This case strikes at the heart of media ethics, abuse of power, and the accountability of institutions that believe themselves untouchable. For decades, celebrities, and especially royals, were expected to accept intrusion as the price of existence. Harry is challenging that bargain. And regardless of the outcome, the precedent is already being set. We'll continue to follow Harry's testimony closely, including live updates from trusted coverage like The Guardian's live blog. This case is far from over, but one thing is already clear. The era of unquestioned media dominance is being challenged in open court. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to follow, subscribe, and stay tuned. More updates are coming. Anantabusaraki kaburs askan mendaturul. This mountain and this story is only getting bigger.